we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to jump into the game, and we'll introduce your characters and things like that as we go on. So we start, it's somewhere in rural Somerset. It's an unusually warm and humid summer day, a bit like that summer we just had. It was kind of crazy warm. You've all come in by car or kind of local trains and then taxis to a little car park, and then you've grabbed your bags and you've walked about 20 minutes up this kind of dirt path. Very sweaty and kind of hard work, but you've managed to walk all the way up this dirt path through the forest, through the woods, and you pass under this rustic wooden sign that says Heartland Hill, and you're coming into the retreat there. And what I can do is share what you see as you come in there. So I'm going to share with you guys via the Discord in-game channel, and hopefully I can also show it on the stream, which is a map that we've got. But basically you see this kind of clearing in the woods amongst the trees. There's this lovely lake, quite a large lake right in the middle of the retreat, and you see a large wooden building right at the far end, and then a smaller building and some cabins, and there's also some yurts off over the other side of the lake. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's labelled nicely for you.
Yeah.
Let me know if you got that.
Yes.
Got it. Looks good.
So yeah, you head into this retreat. Maybe you want to describe, you're not introducing yourselves yet, but maybe describe what other people will see when they see you and see your characters. So you can read that literally off the sheet if you want the physical description, or you could paraphrase or put it in your own words.
Shall I kick off, shall I?
Yeah, someone, yeah.
Go on.
Well, this is verbatim. I don't want anyone thinking I'm making this up, but I am a tall and attractive white woman with long brown hair and blue eyes. It's all factual. I wear very fashionable clothes. I keep it casual, and I love the colour blue. Mad for it.
I know we can tell that just by looking at you.
I'm covered in blue. Just
When
like
you know, you know.
I like a member of the Blue Man Group, but a tall, attractive woman.
Okay, I'll go if you want. So I am an older Cambodian man with a look of curiosity and knowledge to me, and I wear athletic clothes because I try to keep healthy, and I try to keep up with trends.
Nice.
Excellent. Hello. I am a curvy black woman with short hair who favors a natural look. I wear clothes that fit me despite fashion. And at the moment, I'm wearing a green tracksuit and a tank top.
Wonderful.
I am a slender and tall Chinese woman with delicate features and bold, fashionable makeup. I'm wearing professional clothes, so like let's say a power suit. That sounds fun, like an 80s power suit. She's bringing it back. And hair is tied up in like a tight bun with like 2 pins through it.
Hey, so I am a short but handsome white man with brown hair, soft features, and a genuine smile, wearing a hoodie and jeans, and I try and blend into the background.
So that's a few people you can see. There's other attendees at the retreat. It's not just you guys. There's about twice as many as you lot, kind of all walking up into different parts of the path. And as you enter in, you're greeted at the gate by what you seem to be kind of staff members. They're coming in to say hello to you. And what I'm going to do is send you a picture. Hopefully we can see that on stream and in the Discord. So you're greeted by some staff members, and then a woman steps forward. She has the air of someone who's kind of in charge. She's a white lady with dreadlocks. She's got kind of spiritual clothing and kind of mishmash of all different, what's the word? Different kind of spiritual things from around the world. And there's a picture in the Discord which should come through. She is greeting all of you. Once you're kind of assembled into a loose group, she greets you all at the gate. Let's see if I can play this music while I do this. And she's going to do a little greeting for you guys. with me. And she says, "My warmest greetings, fellow children of Mother Earth. I am Guru Sage, and I'm so excited to welcome here to our retreat here at Heartland Hill. Here you will get the chance to let go of all that's negative in your past and present. You will flourish and integrate with your true higher self, as you were always meant to. I know it's a lot to expect in just a weekend, but I've been through a retreat like this before, and it changed my life. And I promise you, if you let it, it will change yours too, for the better. You won't let negativity and fear hold you back anymore, making space in your heart for good vibes only. And you will blossom into the energetic being you truly are. You know, not that long ago I was letting myself down, believing I didn't deserve anything, embracing hopelessness. I was stuck in a toxic relationship and thought there was nothing better of me. Look at me now, I am free from him, I am my own woman, never letting anyone or anything control my emotional well-being. And I'm here, spreading positivity and happiness, inspired and driven by light and passionate fire. This is my goal in life. Now, for some logistics, my assistants will have handed you a printed guide retreat. This includes our schedule and some fundamental rules to make sure you foster a safe environment for yourselves and other attendees. Please read it carefully. As a first order of business, we'll collect your phones. As the rules say, technology is prohibited. And then you'll be split into your groups, assigned a leader for your team, and proceed into the bonding yurts for your first meditation.
Hell yeah. I love the bonding yurt.
Wow.
Once again, lovely to meet all of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
God.
Namaste.
So she walks off, she talks to some of her assistants. They hand you out the rules, the schedule and the rules, which I'll post into Discord now. So yeah, you take a look over the rules as she was talking. So you've got a list of the schedule for the retreat. Heartland Hill Retreat Schedule 2022. So 9:30 AM is the arrival at the retreat grounds. 10 AM group meditation in the bonding yurts. It's now just after 9:30 AM, so on schedule so far. 12 PM gratitude journaling in the meditation hall. And then there's a lunch break in the meditation hall. Then we have 2:30 PM letting go of attachments. 4:30 PM surrendering to wholeness. And then dinner, sleep time. And the second day is departure day with photo opportunities. The rules, as stated in the schedule, are phones are prohibited. Hold on. They'll be taken by staff and given back at the end. You can take pics and post about us all you like on departure day. Hashtag Heartland Hill vibes. Participation is important for healing. Don't skip activities. Try to keep an open mind and let yourself try new things. They might surprise you. Rule 3. A positive and happy group looks on the bright side. Don't put negativity on others. Good vibes only here. Rule 4. Keep your own rooms and bathrooms clean. We have no cleaners on staff. Some karma yoga is always good for you. And rule 5. Don't enter the staff's private rooms. We need some time to be alone and meditate too. So yeah, you've all been handed that sheet, and you can look at and refer to that. I'm going to kill this music now. Oh god, all my chats just come through. So you, someone comes around, one of the staff members, with a tray to collect all your phones, and you take out your mobiles. What do you think you guys would have packed with you if we can just go around? So you know, just let us know. Give a better idea of your character. What sort of things would you be bringing with you just for a night away?
Is this particularly the treasured possessions, or is this just kind of what we would have brought?
We'll come to the treasure possessions in a little bit. So just general stuff you might have.
Okay, well, I think Russell would have like, he's someone who's like quite quiet and a bit of a deep thinker, so he'd have like maybe a diary or something with him, and I don't know, some sort of book. I don't know, or maybe a little radio, a little wind-up radio. Oh no, technology's banned. He's not a rule breaker. That's the thing. Book and diary.
I think Nicola's probably bought like two different pastel-colored like smart shirts and a spare pair of trousers, and like one set of yoga pants that still have the tag on. She bought them specifically for this.
I think Karen's very practical, so she's maybe brought with her some tools, maybe a pair of like hiking trousers or a big pair of practical boots. Of course, lots of it is blue, but she loves blue, as you all know. And maybe a book or some sort of I don't know, guide to the outdoors. Like, I don't know, there's a little sort of pocket SAS guides or something.
I think Talia's brought, some face cream, some sun cream, of course, some hand cream, perhaps some body lotion, and also, of course, her guide to plants. She loves to look at plants.
Nice. Okay, so they start reading out names from the sheet. They read out basically they're splitting the guys into two different groups. So they read out all of your names: Russell Baran, Talia Scott, James Canavan, Karen Coakley, Nicola Kuhn, and all of you guys go over to one side. They also read out a name, Kiana Winter, who's someone else that's in your group. So it's basically you lot and this girl, Kiana, who looks like that. And then a guy in with long hair kind of bounds over to you. And he introduces himself and he says, "Hey guys, my name's Malcolm. I'm going to be the leader of your group for the retreat. How you all doing?"
Oh.
Hello. Hi, Malcolm.
Hi, Malcolm.
So good to have you here. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be just such a nice time. I just hope this is a safe and confidential space so we can open up with each other. I've already lit some incense in our yurt over there. Ours is just the one on the left. So come on in and take a seat when you're ready.
Is Malcolm hunched over like that while he's talking to us?
I don't know if he is, unless you're really short. I don't think you are. I don't think you're super short. But he kind of makes his way over towards the yurt. You see this girl Kiana, who hasn't introduced herself yet, but she makes her way over there in front, ahead of you guys, and she heads into the yurt first. Are you guys following along?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So whoever's at the front of the group, just behind Kiana, you see as she gets into the yurt, she stumbles on the opening, and she kind of accidentally kicks some sand, and it goes on the incense that's burning in the middle, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And she said, "Hey Malcolm, is it? I think this incense has actually accidentally gone out. I kicked some sand on it. Sorry." He's like, "Oh, no worries. Let me just go get a lighter. I'll get that lit again." And whoever's heading into the yurt just behind Kiana, can you do a spot hidden roll, please? I'll say maybe the first couple of people who are just behind her. You can decide who that is. But if you do a spot hidden roll,
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a go.
I think my guy would be dawdling at the back, sort of meekly shuffling, so I won't do it.
And that's going to be a hard fail for my first roll.
okay, no worries. Maybe someone else try.
Is it a D100?
So yeah, you because this is Brez's first ever roll in Call of Cthulhu. Very exciting. So roll a D100, and then you look on your sheet at the spot hidden skill, and the aim is to get it under that skill, equal to or under that skill. There's also hard, which is under half the skill, and extreme, which is under a fifth of the skill. But for this particular instance, I'm just looking for a success, a regular success.
I was successful.
Okay. So what's your skill and what did you get? Just so I can.
So my skill's 58 and I scored 32.
Nice. So yeah, definitely a success. You notice something as you're heading in. Maybe you're heading in first. You notice Kiana. It looks like she does it very quickly, but it looks like she swaps over the incense that was there. Or she's messing with it somehow. At least it's kind of it took you by surprise because it's not what you're expecting. But yeah, she clearly swapped it over. And then she just goes and sits back down there's some cushions arranged around the edge of the yurt. And then just after that, Malcolm returns. You all sit down. And he's like, hey guys, let me just light this incense again. How you all doing today? So good to meet you. Welcome to Heartland Hill. We're going to be having a great weekend. What I want to do now is just go around the circle. You can introduce yourselves, maybe say a bit about yourselves. And hopefully you've all brought a treasured possession with you. We asked that when we wrote to you. So maybe introduce yourselves and talk about your treasured possession, what it means to you, and it'll just be super cool, man. Who wants to go first? How about you? And he points at James.
Oh, do I have to go first?
No, well, you don't have to. If anyone else wants to go first, it's all cool. It's all cool.
Oh no, okay, I'll get it out of the way.
Awesome,
yeah,
man.
so
Awesome.
Brought I'm a novelist, a graphic novelist, but I know I've been struggling, so that's why I've come to this retreat, just to try and clear my head and move past some things and try and see if I can kind of re-engage myself creatively. So I brought my sketchbook, which is where I managed to get all the ideas down for my first novel I got published. So this was my success. So I'm kind of hoping to rechannel this while I'm here.
That's cool, man. Wow, graphic novelist. Thanks so much. Thanks for sharing. Who wants to go next?
Malcolm, I'd like to go next.
Sure thing, please.
Well, you know, my little sister, she's very special to me, and I've been missing her a lot lately. I've been working loads, and she still lives with our parents. And so before I went away, she surprised me. She gave me a box full of all of her baby teeth that she's lost. And I know that might be weird to some people, but I thought it was a really sweet gesture. And now every time I open the box and see all those little teeth, I feel like she's here with me.
That's so cool. Yeah, tiny teeth. That's amazing. No, there's no judgment here. You can bring teeth in a box. That's all cool. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Who's up next?
Nicola is just like staring really intensely at Talia right now. And, like, looks really intrigued, but doesn't say anything. Well, does say something, she says.
Just while you're deciding who's going to talk next, and it's about to open your mouth to speak, you'll feel this like vibration, this like rumble in the ground, and you're not sitting on a floor or anything. You're just sitting on the ground on these cushions, and you feel this kind of like quite subtle, but it's definitely there. This weird rumble.
My name's Nicola. Hello, everybody. Malcolm, what was that?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's some sort of weird thing around here. The ground. I think it's like a cave system or something. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Let's just focus on the activity. Stay in the moment. Always have to live in the moment. Please carry on. You're just about to say something.
She kind of like shakes it off a little bit and looks a little more settled, I guess, after Malcolm said that. She says, yeah, sure. Yeah, my name is Nicola. I'm a psychology researcher, and she kind of glances over at Talia again. I suppose I came to the retreat to, I don't know really. I don't really know why. I've been studying kind of the region I descend from recently, and maybe found I don't quite fit in there, but I don't feel like maybe I don't quite fit in here either. So I'm just trying to find, I suppose, my people or myself a little bit. My treasured possession. I have I got gifted this pendant, and she holds up a pendant on a silver necklace with some like Mandarin characters engraved in it. This was given to me by one of the elders of the village where I think I descend from. It really means a lot to me. It makes me feel like maybe there's a home for me there. I don't know. And she looks a bit like forlorn maybe, and just trails off.
That's amazing. Wow, what a great story. Is anyone who wants to go next?
Hi, Malcolm.
Hey, great to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here. I'm Karen. I'm thinking about settling down to get married soon, but I thought I'd come out to find myself first. I brought with me a pocket knife. It was my mother's. We were so close, but then she died.
What are you gonna do? Easy come, easy go.
I'm so sorry to hear about your mum, but I hope this weekend can bring some healing to that. Good vibes only here. You be careful with that knife, though. Was there anyone else?
Yeah, so Russell kind of tentatively sort of shuffles in his seat and pulls out a little container, and he says, I came to England as a young man to study medicine, and here I am, 59 years of age, 35 years in practice as a GP, and this is my very first stethoscope. And he sort of very carefully draws it out the bag, and he sort of looks quite wistfully at it and said, "That sounds weird." Sorry. He looks quite wistfully at this thing. He sort of holds it up in front of him. Yeah, I know. He holds it up in front of him, and he says, I treasure this object, and I actually use it still to this day on patients, but I also use it on myself sometimes. It helps me relax and calm down, to listen to my own heartbeat and ground myself.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. You know, it's never too late to find yourself, to discover who you are. Thank you so much for coming. I think there's one more, and he looks over at Kiriana, and she's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm Kiana. I haven't been to this retreat before. My wife came a while ago. She recommended it, and I guess my treasured object is this seashell." She takes this little shell out of her pocket. I really love the beach. It's always meant a lot to me. Me and my wife had our honeymoon on this beach, and this is from there. So I keep it with me, and I guess that's about it, really. Malcolm goes, "That's cool. Thank you so much. You've all bought such amazing things. Thank you for engaging with this activity. We're so glad to have you here. I welcome you here. You seem like a great group. I know Guru Sage is so happy to have everyone here. It's going to be a great weekend. Now listen, we're going to spend a couple of minutes just meditating, do some breathing exercises. I want you to focus on these objects. I want you to think about what they mean to you, think about the people they're connected to, and just have a real nice time, guys." And he basically leads you in some breathing exercises, some pretty standard stuff. Yeah, maybe you're getting into it, maybe you're not. That's up to you. And yeah, after a few minutes, he brings it to a close. Thanks, guys. That was wonderful. That was really nice. Listen, if anyone's got any questions about the retreat, about the weekend, I can do my best to help you out. Anyone wanted to know anything? Want to ask anything before we head off to the cabins?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What are we to expect from this weekend?
Just real, no judgment. The idea is to let go, to integrate into your true self. There's only good vibes here, just like the rules say. No bad vibes, and you should come out of this feeling a better person, a different person, happier, more relaxed. That's our goal. It's a simple goal, but we're going to hope to do our best, you know. And we really believe in this stuff. So I'm just so glad you guys are here. I'm feeling so good about this.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Can I just say, there's something about your voice. I just feel so at ease. Thank you so much for putting yourself out there for us.
Thank you so much, Talia. Is it? That's so nice to say. Yeah. I'm glad. This is going to be a good one. I can feel it. You guys are giving me such positive energy, and hopefully we can give it back to you. Let's just keep that going. Yeah. Anyone else, or should we head off to the cabin? I can see you guys where you're going to be staying the night.
Malcolm, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in, like, you know, the flora and fauna of the local area. I've never actually been to this part of the country before. And so I just wanted to know if there was somebody that could maybe show me around the grounds, and maybe I could jot down what different things I find, you know, like different plants or animals.
Yeah, I don't know. We got a pretty packed schedule. I guess you've seen the leaflet there. We've got the lunch break. There's probably some time to like just chill out, hang about then. I can see if anyone's free. I mean, other than that, we're pretty packed up. But let's see if there's time at lunchtime. You know.
Thanks, Malcolm.
No worries. Let's get going. I'll show you guys the cabin. It's just over the way. We can dump your bags, and we can just see what's going to go on. So he stands up to leave. He exits the yurt, and it's just a little stroll around the lake, and he leads you all over to these cabins. There's a series of like 3 different cabins. He leads you into one of them. You all head inside. It's a cozy little wooden cabin with some small single beds. Each bed's got a little cabinet next to it. You can see there's a door at the back that's slightly open, and there's clearly a bathroom in there with just a shower and a toilet. It's pretty Spartan room, but there's some posters on the walls featuring lotus flowers, and there's some quotes saying stuff like, "When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world," and it's never too late to be what you might have been. And if you change
Live,
the way
laugh,
you look
love.
at things,
It's
it's not live, laugh, love, but it's getting there. You know, like it's verging on it. It's like yeah, bit fancy.
Can we
live,
reach from wall to wall?
laugh. Only if you stand in the corner. So yeah, he kind of briefly guides you around. Hey, these are your beds. You guys can just choose one. That's cool. I'm just going to be hanging around outside for a bit. I've got some stuff to sort out. Yeah, choose a bed, chill out. We'll be back in a bit. We've got like 20 minutes before the next activity. I'll come back and get you guys, but you just chill out, just vibe, just settle in. Get to know each other. Why not? And I'll let you unpack and stuff. I'll be back in a bit, okay? Just got some stuff to take care of. Take it easy, guys. And he leaves the cabin, leaving you guys alone. And you've introduced yourself in the yurt, but this is a chance to unpack your things, chat to each other possibly, and yeah, I'll let you guys just roleplay that for a bit.
Talia, it was really nice to hear what you said about Malcolm. I really admire that in people, not being, being non-judgmental. I think that's great.
Oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. You're wearing a really nice polo, so that's something that I really like about you.
Oh, thank you. My mother bought this for me.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Hi, I love my mother too, but she's dead now, and she loved blue, and she's dead, and I feel blue, so I love blue, and my mum's
Karen,
knife,
I'm sorry.
which makes me feel blue.
Karen, do you want a piece of organic dried mango? Maybe that'll cheer you up about your mom.
Oh, that'd be so lovely.
Oh, are you okay?
You are such a babe.
Are you falling over? Here. Maybe sit down. Maybe sit down, Karen.
Yeah, Karen, you should have a seat. Here, you can sit on the end of my bed. And she Nicola just pats the bed nearest to
Oh, thanks,
wherever she's
babes.
standing.
Oh, everybody's so sweet.
Russell's just very. He clearly feels a bit sort of out of place, like he doesn't really belong there. So he's very carefully just folding all of his clothes in the corner.
Russell, you look busy. I'm sorry, I don't want to bother you, but do you like dried organic mango pieces?
No, of course, no problem. Yes, I do very much. I'm a big fan of all dried fruits.
I could tell that about you. I was getting like a certain like dried fruit, like a fructose sort of energy from you.
You know, you're not the first person to say that to me, actually.
No, you really. It's like your vibrations are really sweet. Does that make sense?
I can see what you're saying. Yes, I prefer the medical sciences as opposed to the other kinds of sciences that we're talking about here. But yeah, I always like to look after myself, and I eat very healthily. It's lovely to meet you. It's a pleasure.
It is a pleasure, and it will be a pleasure to chew and of course and swallow this mango.
Ooh, too right.
Russell. Can I tell you something I like about you, Russell?
Please do.
You're organised. You're folding your clothes. You're so organised, and you know what they say. If you're organised, then so are your chakras, and you're going to do well, Russell. You'll do well.
Oh wow!
Well, I'm
Yes.
delighted to hear that, but what I'm not delighted about is to hear about your poor mother. And please accept my condolences on that.
I think we should raise a mango piece to Karen's mother.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Should we all? I pass around the mango. Let's raise a mango piece and eat the mango piece in honor of Karen. Karen, what was your mother's name?
It was Susan.
Susan.
Oh, Susan.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I think we can have this piece of mango to represent such a large piece of my heart that's missing without her.
yes, and the way that it peels away and shrivels up. Yes.
To Susan. And Nicola lifts a mango.
To Susan.
To Susan.
I'd say throughout all of this, James has kind of snuck to the furthest away bunk in the darkest corner and is just sort of sketching the weirdness out in front of him. That's how he observes the world. He's drawn a nice sketch of a piece of mango up against the sky, held aloft, and you guys all toasting it, but not really engaging. Feeling a bit awkward.
And then you hear a voice from the bed next to Russell's, and she said, "Hey guys, sorry to interrupt this mango moment here, but have you guys ever been to one of these retreats before?" And that's Kiana talking, who's also in your group and in your cabin.
No.
Kiana, right?
Yeah, cool to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kiana. I'm Talia. Didn't you say your partner came to one of these?
Yeah, my wife. She came a few months ago. I don't know. She just really wanted to do something different, I guess. But I'm not sure it was good for her. You know, I don't know if she would. I mean, she's happy now, but I don't know. Are you guys into this stuff?
Oh, Kiana, I'm so sorry. This is my first time trying it. I'm a little. You have me a little bit worried now.
I don't know. She seems kind of cagey, and she's. I don't know. I'm not so sure about these. I'm not so sure about this retreat, guys.
Well, what do you mean? I mean, you said she came back happy.
Yeah, but you know, like, have you heard of like a lobotomy they used to do back in like,
What?
you know, like whatever medieval times or some shit? She was like lobotomized, you know. I don't know. Can I trust you guys?
Well, yeah, we just toasted mango together.
You know, mango's a bond that can't be broken, right?
I guess.
Karen sounds like she's about to expire.
She's dying. She's dying in front of us.
Sorry.
She hasn't said how old she is. She could be ancient.
True.
Russell, you're a doctor, correct?
I am indeed, yes.
Are lobotomies still conducted?
Not. It's not common practice. No,
In your
not over
practice?
here anymore. No, I've certainly not done one for some time.
When was your last lobotomy?
When was my last lobotomy? Well, of course, I would never. I would never do that as a GP. However, I have referred them in my early years.
Sorry, I forgot. You see, I didn't know what it. When you said GP, I thought it had something to do with guns.
No, it's a general practitioner, and so I have a broad knowledge of lots of things. And should a patient require expertise, I would divert them to the appropriate people. It's not a common practice over here anymore. No.
Guys, listen.
Oh, well.
I don't know if you guys seem kind of strange. I don't know if I can trust you, but I'm desperate here. I'm desperate here. Listen,
Spill, honey, spill.
my wife came here, and she came back so different. She was like happy, like she's great, but she was always pretty happy. But she was happy all the time, and she didn't care about anything. She didn't care about me. Like our cat died. Our cat got run over, and she was just like fine with it. It was like it wasn't happening, you know. She just, I don't know how to. There's something weird going on. Listen, I found her journal. She had a diary. She always kept a diary. I found it in the bin, and the last part was about this retreat. I think there's some real fucked up stuff going on here, guys.
Well, what did it say?
It was about this retreat. She was talking about the incense. She was talking about how it's all just you have to be positive, you know, good vibes only, and all the time. And it was just there was stuff about an underground room. Look, I made some notes. Can I trust you guys?
Of course.
This is really serious.
Okay, I understand how serious this is, and Kiana, if it makes you feel better, we can all toast mango again, everybody, together. And it will be like an oath, like a blood oath, but with fruit.
Like a mango oath.
Oh, that'd be so good, babes. Oh,
Karen, sit down,
And,
honey. You sit down. Don't get
Karen, have
excited.
another piece of mango. We need to raise your blood sugar.
don't forget, gang. Rule 3. Don't put negativity on others. It's good
Yes.
vibes only, babes.
It's good vibes only. I think let's touch mangoes, and then you'll know that's an oath, and whatever is said in this cabin stays in this cabin. Does everybody agree?
Listen, fuck good vibes only. That's ridiculous. No one can live like that. I've had good vibes only in my flat for like the last month, and it's hell. People aren't good vibes only all the time. That's some toxic shit. Listen, I'm all for like being good to yourself and improving yourself, but that is not what this is. You can't be negative here. Look, listen, I wrote some notes down. You have to not tell these people here. They are dangerous. If they catch you with this stuff, if they catch you being negative, like, look, just look at this. And she goes into her bag and she pulls out this bit of paper. This is what I didn't bring the whole journal. I felt like it was weird. I threw it away. I made some notes. This is what I figured out basically from the journal. I don't know why I'm showing you this. This might not be a good idea. And she pulls out this just bit of scribbled paper that's down there. And does someone want to read that out? So I'm not doing it all.
Yeah, sure. Karen takes it. Sorry, Nicola takes it. Karen is this character that I'm obsessed with. Nicola takes it and kind of quickly scans over it and looks around the group and then starts reading. Number 1, do not inhale the incense.
Oh, babe, why is that? Isn't it organic?
Sit down, Karen. Sit down.
Number 2 is read negative words. Do not be negative in front of the staff. Find the underground room in the meditation hall. We are surrounded by an invisible and impenetrable barrier. Okay. It goes on to say people are dangerous. Nothing lasts and it hurts. No one can save you but yourself. Children die every day. Racism, sexism, and ableism run the world, and you can't fix most of it.
Keep it
And
like
she kind of
box. It's just a game.
Sorry, I had a different tab open. My bad. Let me read this now. And Nicola kind of just keeps staring at the paper in silence.
Well, Nicola, you know what I take from that? There's just too many snakes in the world these days, babes. Just too many.
Well, yes, that is true. Kiana, where did you say you wrote this?
This is stuff I gleaned from a journal. Like I some of it, like towards the end, it didn't make much sense. I don't know what the underground room is. I think that's the key to it. There's something in there. She talked about this invisible barrier. I don't know what that means. This is, like I said, this is crazy shit. This is way beyond. All I know is she came back and she was not herself. I don't know if it's drugs or something happened to her. And
none of this sounds real. You couldn't just have a place where all of this was happening.
I don't know. There's like brainwashing is real. I don't know. Drugs are real. Invisible barriers aren't real, but this is the stuff I wrote down. This is the stuff that seemed important. The
James,
incense
you
seemed
draw
really
comic
important.
books. Is this from a comic book? This has to be from a book she was reading, right?
I mean, these are the sort of things I'd make comics about. They're not the sort of things that I'd come across in real life. Invisible barriers and secret tunnels.
Kiana, I'm sorry about your wife coming home happier, but this doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't make sense. You have to believe me. She was not herself. She never had much of an imagination. She's gorgeous, but and I love her, but she wasn't into fantasy stuff. You know, she couldn't make this up. Don't worry about it. I really could need some help. It's the incense is super important. I know that. That's why I changed it in the yurt. I think it does something to you. There must be something in it. It's like LSD or something. I don't know. It sounds like she was having hallucinations. Surely there's not an invisible barrier, but this is really fucked. They did something to her.
Well, maybe if we can just find out if one of these things are true, because we're going to the meditation hall at 12. So if we can sneak off and try and find any evidence of a secret room, then I guess we'll know that the rest of it's true as well. That's the most tangible one to find.
That's it. I need some help. I can't do this by myself. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be amazing. I don't exactly know what to do, but we've got to get into that meditation hall. If we can just poke around and dig around a bit, and
the woods are right behind our cabins. If there's a barrier, surely we'd find it in there.
I guess. I don't know.
Why don't we just all keep an open mind, okay? Maybe it's fine, and maybe some of these things are true. But we did touch mangoes, so let's just, whatever we find out, if any of this is true, we'll keep between us. Does everybody agree?
That sounds reasonable.
Certainly.
Yeah.
That's right, babe. That's right.
Do we need to touch mangoes again to confirm?
You know, I don't think it could hurt.
I think I'm full. Thank you, Talia.
I can't say no to mango.
You can't? Try.
I can't.
Okay, no, don't get upset. I'm sorry. Good vibes only, please. Here, have a piece.
Thank you.
Kiana
much
will help
appreciated.
you, but you know what? All I'm gonna say is you are kind of breaking the most important rule right now by being super negative. So I'm gonna keep an open mind for you, but I want you to also keep an open mind for me and for this place and this journey that we're all on.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I guess. It's hard when you've seen it happen to someone. You know. It's. I don't know. She's still here. She's happy, but it feels like I've lost her. You know.
Well, if there's anything going on, and I can't say whether or not there is, I'm sorry, Kiana. But we'll see it. We'll find it, right? Surely, we're going to be here all weekend. We have plenty of time. Adam, do we know what time it is right now? Like, are we about to be picked up?
Yeah, it's getting close to. You've got about 5 or 10 minutes before the next session. So yeah, you're pretty sure Malcolm's going to be back soon to grab you. So what is it? Jilling's at 12 p.m. Yeah, it's kind of 10 to 12.
Yeah. So we'll be going to the meditation hall soon. We could we ask them maybe not to light any incense?
I don't know. You could try. I don't know. It's worth a shot. But just, I'm worried about. I'm scared of these people. I think they're
We
dangerous.
should say, let's say I've got asthma. And incense will set it off.
James has asthma.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
See?
Just even the thought of incense.
What's that?
What's that?
We've been worrying too much about Karen. James, sit down.
My brother, who is not a Twitch watcher at all, just messaged me saying I have a craving for dried mango.
Hello, Adam's brother.
Hey, brother. Yeah, so you have this discussion, and it's a few minutes before you're expecting Malcolm to pop back in. What you do notice is you've all travelled quite a long way. You've probably all had a use of the toilet while you're getting unpacked. And whoever's gone in there last. Hold on, actually, who's got the lowest luck score?
I've got 20,
19.
21.
Also 19.
I'm 15, so I think it might be me.
I think I might have done those luck scores a bit low. Never mind. Okay, so we'll say. Also, James, you're the last one to go into the toilet just after this discussion, and you noticed it's like super blocked up. Like the water's really high, and there's like toilet paper stuff floating in there. It's like real blocked, and it's kind of stinking. It's not good. And this hot summer day, like it's kind of, and there's not really much of a window in that bathroom. There's like a little vent, but it's kind of nasty. So you kind of discover this on your way out, and it's a bit much. So
Guys, who was last in here? It was not me that did this. It was not me.
I will say I don't eat mango very often.
Oh my gosh, it passed through you that quick?
Yeah.
That was Russell. You should see a doctor.
Russell is a doctor.
Yeah, maybe a second opinion would be useful.
It's very awkward as a doctor to go to another doctor and say I need help. I have some pride.
That's why you have to use the stethoscope on yourself. I understand.
There we go.
Sorry, Russell.
It's okay. Thank you for being understanding.
But either way, you could have fixed the toilet. You didn't have to just leave it like this.
Russell, do you admit to doing this to the toilet?
Let's be honest. It's this is a cumulative effect that we're talking about here. This is this is not the work of one person.
I think this is a good opportunity just to remember rule number 4. I'm taking a leaf from Talia's book. I'm trying to get into the process here. We make sure we clean up behind ourselves, and then we go on to rule number 3. We just stay positive. Everything is going to be a good weekend, guys. It's going to be fun.
Well,
Russell, please clean the bathroom, Russell, when you're finished with it.
I do think Russell should volunteer to Russell, please take me seriously.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Just then,
'Cause I-
Malcolm comes back in the door of the cabin. He's like, "Hey guys, how's it all going?"
Oh, Malcolm. Oh my gosh, Malcolm.
Why, Malcolm?
Question.
Yeah. What's happening?
Do you like dried fruit?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm a big health food guy. Dried fruit, yeah, that's a little treat. Not too often. I gotta watch those sugars, But I have a little treat every now and then.
I'll just pull out a single piece of mango from my pocket. You're Malcolm.
Yeah, he takes it and he he has like half of it and he puts like the rest in his pocket. He's like, thanks guys. Hey, it's good to know. It's good to get to know you.
Great.
Everything all right? You all settled in? You packed away?
We've got some. Now I don't know if this counts as negativity, but we've got some plumbing issues.
Oh no! What happened? In the bathroom?
Well, Russell happened, we think.
Oh. Hey man, that's all part of life. This is a good chance to practice some karma yoga. We don't have any cleaners. Are you guys cool to like take care of this? I can get some cleaning supplies. We got like 10 minutes before the next session. Let me go grab that. You guys can take care of this, can't you? That's cool.
Yes, I think we can take care of it and look over at Russell.
In fairness, I accept that I dealt the final blow to the system here. So as such, I'm a reasonable man, and I shall look after this. Don't you worry. I can only apologise.
Hey man,
Thank you, Russell.
That's great. That's so cool. Okay, wait here. I'll just pop over to the office. Let me grab some stuff. You guys wait right here. We might be a couple of minutes late to the session, but let me just go grab that. And he leaves. And he's a couple of minutes. He comes back in.
Can we see which way he went?
Yeah, he went towards the office, which I think is on the map labelled. It's if you're looking at the map, it's kind of just a little bit south of the cabins you're in, kind of across the path. And he goes into the main door there, and he pops back out pretty quickly. And he comes back in the room with a bucket. He's like, oh cool, yeah, I've got some I got a bucket, I got these gloves, I got this cleaning stuff. It's pretty strong stuff, be careful with it. And he hands it to and he's like, holds it up. Russell, were you gonna take care of this? Thanks man, that's awesome.
Russell's actually found some rubber gloves and he's already getting them on.
Nice. Are you going straight to it? Getting in there?
He doesn't mess about.
Of course he
Very
doesn't.
practical man.
GP,
yeah. Gets things done.
Yeah, you get in there, you put on these gloves, you got this this bottle of cleaning liquid. It looks pretty like, it's not like your usual like Flash or something you've seen in Tesco's. This is like, it seems pretty serious stuff. It's got like one of the little skull symbols on it, and it's like highly corrosive. But you get to work. I'm going to need you to do a dex roll, please.
Is that a D100?
Dexterity, yeah, against your dex stat, which will be at the top of the sheet.
Okay, so my dex is 44 and I've rolled a 66.
Cool. Okay, so you failed your dex roll. What happens is as you're cleaning, you just get splashed with a bit of it, like it's kind of on your a little bit on this side of your face. It's kind of gross.
You killed Russell.
Russell, take a shower, man.
It's,
Jesus Christ.
It's not very nice. Let me. Can you give me a con roll as well? Con being Constitution, which in this game is kind
That's 1. I've just rolled 1.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Damn, that is a
Excellent Constitution.
Does he become like superhuman now?
That is. It's a critical like hit. So usually that comes with some special kind of.
Whatever is the opposite to throwing up is what he
Yeah,
does.
it's supposed to be some special circumstance.
I save my critical hit for cleaning a toilet.
Classic. Yeah, you clean this. You clean the heck out of this toilet. You feel fine. Like you can't even really smell it anymore, and it just makes you feel great. Like just doing something good. You know, like getting down there. You deal with so much so many complicated things. You deal with all these different people in your day-to-day life and all their different problems. And it's just like cleaning a toilet. You know, this is good stuff for you. You feel fantastic about it. And yeah, you don't feel sick. You feel better than ever. You breathe it in. It's like this is good stuff. And yeah, and you feel great. You come away from it, you feel great. The toilet's flushing better than it ever has. And it's just what an experience. You feel like
this takes me back to medical school.
you feel like you've got your money's worth already from this weekend, just from cleaning that toilet.
Oh my god.
And yeah, you head back out the toilet. You're all good, and Malcolm's like, "Okay, guys, you ready to head off? We better go over there. It's about to start. It's the first proper activity." It's
Malcolm, would it be possible if we had no incense in the meditation hall? Just because I had a really bad asthmatic reaction.
Oh, really? I don't know. I can ask Sage. The incense is kind of a big thing for like setting the vibe, you know. It's expensive stuff. I can talk to her. I think it's probably a good thing. Maybe can you just like stand back and we can like.
Well, if it gets too much, do you mind if I duck out?
Yeah, man. Of course, yeah. It's all good. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on you. Maybe just maybe hold your breath like when you get near it. I don't know. If it gets too bad, give me a wave. You know.
We're going to be in there for an hour and a half. He can't hold his breath the entire time.
That's a good point.
Malcolm, I'm not being negative. I feel so excited about what I'm about to tell you. But when I was looking at our asthmatic friend, and after they breathed in a little bit of that incense that was burning before, they were coughing. They were just coughing so hard, and like spit was flying out of their mouth. And I just think, like, you know, as much as that was probably like a really positive experience for them, it's like maybe kind of scary to see, and it might like bring the vibe down, you know.
I agree. I think it's going to impact the entire group. Malcolm, could we see about maybe not using incense?
Malcolm, babe, if I could add,
yeah.
The mess was it was totally not cool, man. Not even Mrs. Hinch. She couldn't clean that. And she, as you know, is a babe.
She is a babe, Malcolm.
Hey, let me talk to Sage. I don't know. You seem kind of fine though in the yurt, James. Was that what happened? Was it just afterwards?
Well, I was right by the door because the yurts they don't fully shut, so I stayed right by the door to get the fresh air through.
Okay, so you can hang by the door or hang by a window, and yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, we can work with that.
Cool, yeah, and then I'll just step out the door if it gets too much.
Yeah. Just I'll be right there with you guys all the way, the whole weekend. Let me know. Hey, we better head off. It's about to start. It's just across the way. That big building, you probably saw it on the way in. I'll lead you the way. It's gonna be great fun. It's gonna be brilliant. This is a great activity. And he starts heading off. Yeah, on the way over to the meditation hall. It's not a very long walk, and he's kind of hurrying a little bit because you are a little bit late for this after the toilet incident. And what he does is he's leading the group. You guys are all behind, and Talia's at the back of the group. Not Talia, sorry. Kiana's at the back of the group, and she flashes something in her hands to Talia, and she kind of nudges you and shows you that she's holding some keys in her hand. And she kind of raises her eyebrows, and she shows you this set of keys, and she's like nudging you, and then puts them quickly back in her pocket.
Oh my god, girl, what are those? I mean, they're keys. But... Did you? What are those for?
And she whispers to you, I got his keys. When the toilet thing was happening, I got them. We can probably get into the...
Whose keys?
Malcolm's. I think they're for the for that room. We can probably get in there now. Just shh. And she husses you down and just carries on walking. And walks ahead of you.
Oh my god!
So you head into the meditation hall. It's this big, grand, lots of natural light. There's lots of windows. This wooden building, quite high ceilings. There's not much in here. Again, there's a big tapestry on the back wall, depicting this kind of human silhouetted by bright light, and a big lotus flower in the background with these pink petals going all around. There's 2 doors just to the side of that. One of them's got a little toilet sign on it, and there's another door on the other side. And you see Sage there. She's back again. She's standing in the middle of the room, next to a table. And on the table, you see some incense burning, and there's a little sign on the table with some writing on it. You can't see as you walk in, but you clearly some sort of instructions for the activity. And there's some papers and pens on the table as well. And as you walk into the room, Sage starts to speak. She says, welcome. Yes, thank you for coming in, guys. The last group. Welcome again. I'm so glad to have you all here. This is just wonderful. I feel so good about this group of people. This might be the best one yet. This is our first activity. Welcome into the meditation hall. What a beautiful space. We've got some pens and paper here. This activity is all about connecting to those close to you, absorbing their spirit, just feeling that love. We've talked a bit about your treasured items. Now this is about your treasured people. Please come up to the table. Everyone here's done it already, but please grab a piece of paper and a pen, read through the instructions, and just get going in your own time. You guys are a bit late, but get involved. And you see around the room there's a few other attendees, and they're sitting kind of against the wall or on cushions, and they're writing on these bits of paper quite frantically. They've got big smiles on their face. They look like they're having a great time. You guys are left there standing kind of just inside the doorway with these instructions to do this activity.
How does it smell in this room?
There's a smell of...
what's the incense to oxygen ratio?
It's not like swimming with smoke. There's incense on the table. It's quite a big room, so you can see the smoke coming off the incense on the table.
Okay.
There's a slight sense of like kind of frankincense in the air, but it's you realise it's mostly at the table where it's going to be concentrated.
Would I, with my knowledge of chemistry and biology, have any idea on any, undercurrent smells?
You could do a roll. You've probably got some skills there for like chemistry or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just such a terrible failure again. Never mind. I just smell the frankincense, apparently.
I think Nicola takes a really deep breath while she's still by the door and kind of walks as quickly as possible to and from the table to grab whatever she needs to grab. Yeah.
Sure thing. If you wanna, if that's what you're going for, to do like a holding your breath kind of thing, you'll need to read the sign that's on the table. So what I'm going to need is a Constitution roll to see if you can manage to hold your breath while you read the instructions.
I cannot do that. In fact, so Nicola gets like to the table, maybe starts reading, and then quickly realizes how little cardio she's been doing recently, and has to take a big huff at the table, and reads the rules.
No problem. You get to read the instructions, which I'll post in the Discord now. And I can put them on screen if anyone can see those. I don't know if you can read it that well on the screen on the stream, but they're there. Should be coming through to you guys. So you're reading through these instructions. You're kind of trying to hold your breath, but it's a bit much. It's a hot day, you know. It's it's hard. You've done that big walk earlier, and it's just a bit difficult. And you're kind of trying not to seem weird as well. And what happens is you get this kind of whiff of frankincense and things, and also as you're reading these instructions, you just feel a bit lightheaded and a bit dizzy. You're not sure if it's like the heat or the stuff you're breathing in, but you can see on that sign there's these symbols, and you can read the words perfectly well, but it's almost like these symbols start like moving. You've never really experienced anything like that before. You've never like passed out or anything, but you see these symbols start to like blur and move around. I'm going to need a sanity roll for that. So that's a D100 roll to get under your sanity stat.
Okie dokie. Cool. I did it. I have a sanity stat of 58 and I rolled a 47.
Cool. Yeah. So you feel weird, but you're not freaking out. It's just like, oh, okay, well, must just be a lightheaded thing. Kind of feeling a bit wild, but you feel good. Like it's kind of lightheaded and like it's quite nice, and kind of crack a little smile, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is nice. I'm kind of getting into this a little bit. It's you read it, you read the activity, and you're like, yeah, this is good. I can do this. This is like this is cool. I can get into this weekend. And we'll get all you other guys doing it as well. But can you read out the instructions on the sign just so everyone can hear it?
Sure. Yeah. So there is a sign on the table that says Gratitude Journaling. It says, welcome to your first activity here at Heartland Hill Retreat. We hope you've enjoyed your time in the bonding yurt and are feeling happy and smiley already. You got a chance to appreciate something that means a lot to you. Now let's do the same with someone who means a lot to you. Take a piece of paper from the table here and a pen. Find a comfortable place to sit or rest in the room and get to writing. Don't rush. Spend time meditating on and thinking about the person. Imagine them being here with you and just write about them. Don't overthink it. Write from the heart. Now get started. You have 90 minutes. And there are some symbols on the paper, kind of like Adam described earlier. It's sort of like a lotus shape at the top with a circle in it and almost like a little arrowhead or something poking out at the bottom.
Nice. Yeah, so you go to sit down, you find a little spot somewhere, feeling a bit slightly odd, but like good. You don't feel bad. It wasn't like disturbing. You feel good. You feel happy.
Yeah, I think Nicola's getting into it a little bit now.
Yeah, you crack a smile.
She's vibing with it. She's trying to open up.
Yeah, you crack a smile. You're feeling good. You're like, yeah, you know what? It's been a bit odd so far, but I'm going to get into this. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm having a nice time. Yeah, you feel a little bit lightheaded and a bit. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So who's up next in the queue to get involved in this?
I think I'm in the back.
Yeah,
Russell can go.
can
He could offer to collect pen and paper for everybody, maybe, as like a sort of knowing wink to what's going on.
The sign is kind of
Good idea. Yeah.
deliberately kind of attached to the table in a way that you have to kind of go there to read it. So that might be an issue. You can try it. If you're going to go up there and try to hold your breath and read the sign, you need to do a constitution roll.
Let's give it a whirl. Bearing in mind that I got 1 for Constitution just now,
It's worth a try.
whilst cleaning the toilet.
Surely.
Let's
two
see what I
criticals
get.
in a
He's
row.
the best loo cleaner in all of Somerset.
He's missed his calling. 29 I get there, and my Constitution is 33.
Nice. So yeah, you go up there, you hold your breath, and try not to like make it look like you're holding your breath. You just try not to look weird. But you read through the sign, You kind of scan through it as quick as you can. You go, okay, get the idea. Grab this bit of paper. But you too, as you're reading this sign, you can kind of you see these symbols kind of like blurring in your vision and moving around, and you kind of shake your head a little bit, and it's like that's a bit weird. So I'm gonna need everyone who looks at this to make a sanity roll. If you would please.
I got a 3.
Oof.
And my sanity is what? 49. So that's a big win.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, you're totally fine. Yeah, you feel fine. It's weird. It's just, you just feel a bit odd. You're like, oh, that was weird. I guess it's just my eyes. I'm getting older. But you're fine. You go sit down. You get into the activity. You look around at everyone else, and everyone's like super happy and having a great time. So you're kind of inclined to do that as well. And it's okay. It's all good. Who's up next to get involved?
I think I turn to Talia and say, yeah, I thought he was going to get paper for us. He just went and sat down.
Very
Not
rude
popular
man.
today, is he, Russell?
Maybe
He's
he's mad
trying,
we
but
made him clean the toilet.
I mean, I was wondering if there was something suspicious, but that's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. And I only gave him one piece of mango as well.
For all the different toasts, just one piece. They all have fresh pieces.
It's just
What
stingy.
did you say?
You only gave him one piece of the mango for all the different toasts when you gave us all fresh pieces.
Yeah, and I gave him like my pocket mango too. Like,
No wonder he wasn't well.
I know this is my fault actually. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll go to the table because you need to stay back here with your asthma, and I'll hold my breath, and then I'll bring it back. Okay.
Okay.
So you just stay here. Okay. I'm going for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll. I'm scared.
Do that Constitution roll.
Would you like to know the number of my roll?
I would love to know that number based on your reaction.
It is a 95.
Oh, good lord.
Good job. Good job.
What's your
Really high. That's good, right?
What's your Constitution score? Just out of interest.
Probably lower than 95.
74.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, not that much lower.
Good.
So you're 1 point off a fumble there, and a fumble is like something bad happens.
1 point off.
Yeah, 96 and above is a fumble, I think, if your score's over 50.
Oh my
It might be slightly wrong there.
days.
But hey, that's fine. You're okay. You're not
Holy
great.
cow.
You don't manage to hold your breath. You get a big kind of whiff of these. It's very nice smelling incense, and instantly, yeah, you feel nice. You're kind of lightheaded. Feel a bit like you've been spinning around. You know, it's kind of lightheaded, but it's nice. And you're like, oh, you're a little bit like stressed about this weird conversation you had in the cabin and the whole toilet thing. But now it's just like, oh, you know what? It's okay. I feel good. I'm smiling. I'm into this activity. Like I'm here. I paid money for this. Like this is great. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling really good. And yeah, you just get a big smile on your face. Like you can't help it. You just have this big smile on your face. You grab this bit of paper. You go sit down. And yeah, you're just smiling. And you kind of look around at everyone else. And everyone's smiling and kind of smiling back at you. And you're like, yeah, this is cool. I'm having a great time.
I'll turn around and look at James and like big thumbs up, and then sit down and not come back.
Who's left up by the door? It's me, Kiana, and is it still somebody else?
Karen.
Oh, yes. So Karen loves the sound of this. Oh, babes, gratitude journaling. Oh, I am going to write all about my mother, but she's not with me anymore. That makes me feel blue, but I love blue, so it's okay. And she sort of bounds towards the table.
Oh,
Great. Are you going to try and hold your breath? Do you think? Or is she just like, hey, no, I'm just going to go for it, whatever?
I think she takes a few steps in, then realizes she's meant to be holding her breath, and then sort of just like.
Okay, do me a con roll.
Okay. Oh. I promise I'm not making this up. 100.
No!
Oh no, Karen!
Karen!
Wow.
Karen's about to be the world's first LSD overdose death.
Oh, Karen.
I don't think I've ever had a game where someone's rolled a 1 or a 100. Now we've had both. That's amazing.
In one session.
Okay. Yeah, you go up there. You kind of you're a bit keen. You try and take this breath and hold your breath, and then you just immediately start coughing and and like you get this huge gulp of this stuff in there, and then you just. And then when Malcolm comes over to you and he's like, "Hey, you okay? What's up? You right? Just something wrong?"
Oh no, babe, I'm good, thank you. I was just swelling up, so I was thinking about my mother.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, let me help you up. And he kind of helps you stand up, and he's like, "Yeah, just carry on. Let me help you over there." And as you stand up, you feel great. Like you feel really good, and you're obviously like worrying about your mother, but the way he lifts you up with his strong arms, you just feel great, and you just get this big smile on your face. You let out a little giggle, like involuntarily, and you just feel fantastic. And you're just like so ready for this activity. You read through the sign, and it's like, yeah, you cannot wait to write about your mum on this piece of paper and how great she was, and you're so grateful for this experience to be able to express that with people and talk about it. And you're just like, yeah, this is fantastic. I feel amazing. Almost, yeah. I don't know if you think your character would have like experimented with drugs or anything, but it feels a bit like that. You're like, oh, you're suddenly like alive, and you feel fantastic. And you grab this paper, super excited. You go sit down, and you just start writing. You can't even help it. You just start writing. It's fantastic. And who is up next? I can't remember who's left.
I think it's just me and Kiana. So I'm gonna start having a coughing fit and try and duck out the door so I can find this secret tunnel and not get drugged. That's my plan. So James starts coughing up and tries to shimmy out the door, and
Malcolm runs over to you and he's like, "Hey, James, are you okay, man? Oh, let me get you out. Let's get some fresh air."
I feel my throat's closing up. Yeah.
Oh man, we've never had this happen before. This is crazy. Yeah, okay, yeah. Step outside a second. Step outside. And he kind of holds his shoulder, and he walks out, and he's looking over at the other staff members and at Guru Sage, and he's just like looking a bit confused and like, I'm not sure what to do. And he lets you out, and he gets out of there. And he walks outside with you. As you're doing that, Kiana goes in there. She looks at this.
Sorry, did any of us see that happen?
Yeah, you're all there in the room. You definitely would have seen it. You're quite engrossed in your writing and things like that, and in doing this activity. But you definitely saw it happen. Yeah, it's right there. And you see Kiana go up and kind of scan over the instructions quickly and grab this bit of paper and sit down. And yeah, Malcolm's outside with you, James, and he's like, "Hey, are you? It's all cool, man. What's happening? Is it just your asthma, man? Is it?"
Just yeah. If I can just spend a minute just doing a little loop around the yard here or something, just to clear my throat, that would probably help.
Yeah, let me walk with you, man. We can chat if that's okay. Like I kind of think like some of this stuff, like this asthma, some of this mental health stuff, it's kind of like a choice, I think you can choose to be. We can get over this together if you choose that, and if we work together. I think we can help you.
Choosing to avoid the incense is going to help me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, well, maybe you won't even need to do that one day. Hey, we can sort this out. Come on, yeah, let's walk together. And you guys have a little stroll around. There's beautiful grounds here. It's a beautiful day, and you can kind of wander a little bit by the lake. And we'll leave you there for a second while we go back into the meditation hall You're all sat around writing. Some of you feeling great, some of you just a little bit nervous about it. And yeah, and it's been a few minutes now. You're all intensely writing. Maybe you can describe like what you guys are up to right now. Are you really into this activity? Are you really going for it? Are you kind of hesitant? Are you struggling with it? What do you think you guys are doing?
I think Nicola's like really starting to vibe with it a little bit. You know, she's writing a lot also about her mother, weirdly. And yeah, just kind of feeling it. I think hanging out with Talia so much and getting that kind of positive energy. Like she's not seeing any of the any of the vapidness from Talia at all. Doesn't see it. Very empathetic, very into the energy, and also maybe high on something. But does not know that at all. Has never experienced that feeling before.
Okay.
Russell's kind of embracing the task. He's come into this kind of thing in good faith. So he's embracing the task, and he's I wouldn't say enjoying it, but he's throwing himself at it, and he's writing about Dr. Sims, who's his kind of mentor, who he has worked alongside for many years now, and really looks up to. And he's given the task because he's a bit on the fence as to what's going on. Sure
thing. Let's cut back outside. So James is there, and Malcolm's walking with you. He's kind of got his arm on your back, and he's really tender with you, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, it's all good, man. Listen, did you want to head back inside, or do you think you can handle it? I can get there. I don't want you to miss out on the activities, like we really, really want people to get into these activities, and if you're not doing them, then it's kind of it's not really going to work, so what do you think you want to do? I want to help you,
I think seeing that everyone else seemed okay when they sat back down, I guess I'll go in. So sort of James kind of realizes he's just getting steered around, isn't he? He's not going to get a moment alone, and no one else seems to be particularly. They seem a bit absent-minded, but not hurt by it. So, yeah, decides to go in.
Okay.
I'll try and hold my breath like everyone. So. You
go back inside, and he as he enters, he looks over at Sage, and they kind of exchange a glance, and he kind of nods, and he gets this bit of paper, and he's like, listen, man, if I don't want you to go too close to the instance. If it's a problem, basically what this is, you gotta just go with it. We've still got most of the time left. If you just write about a person that means the most to you in the world, just write about them from the heart, whatever you want, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. You go sit down there just by the door, get some air. I'll keep an eye on you, man. Yeah, you don't worry about it. And he kind of grabs this paper and a pen for you and sits you down, and you start to write. He doesn't make you go near the incense, and you all sit there for a while. Everyone seems to be having a great time. All the other attendees are really into it, really intent on their work. They're writing. They're smiling big, clearly thinking about the person that they're writing about, and just it's just a great atmosphere. It's a really good vibe, and they're the time passes quickly. You're just having this nice time. It said 90 minutes, and it's almost at the end of that. And at the end, Guru Sage steps up again, and she's like, "Hey, okay, guys, that's fantastic. You guys have done really well. We'll split you off into your groups again. Malcolm, you take these guys, and maybe just talk through what you've written about. You don't have to read it out verbatim, but we love sharing here. We love sharing each other's experiences and everything that. So we're just going to discuss and meditate on what you've written and what that means. And just go with it. Just go with the vibes. After this, we'll have some lunch. But for now, split off into your groups again, and just go with it." And Malcolm takes you back into your group in one corner of the hall, and he says, "That's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. You guys did brilliant. James, thank you for coming back in. We really appreciate you engaging with these activities. It means a lot to us. This weekend won't work unless you engage, and it's just so nice. You guys are all just fantastic people. Oh, this is just so good. Listen, we're gonna go round, and you don't have to read out the whole thing, but you need to, just let me know what you've written about. Maybe we'll start with Karen. How are you feeling? Who did you write about?
I wrote about my mum. As you know, she's not with us anymore, and I was just so into the vibe, you know. I just couldn't stop. So I think I wrote a bit of a poem. May I read it out?
I would love that. I would love that. I would love that.
Oh, why do I say these things? Right, Mum, you were my chum. And now you're dead. And for a while I had no head, but I try not to be glum. For I've calculated this sum. You were my mum. Well, fucking rhymes with mum. And I feel happiness deep in my tum. Oh, mum. I love you, mum. And I just thought that was so spiritual and so moving. Yeah.
That is one of the most beautiful poems I've ever read, and I've read like 3 poems. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, guys, can we just like meditate on that for just a minute and just soak in that moment? Karen, you're doing so well at this. This is fantastic. Oh, who wants to go next? Let's keep this going.
Nicola's kind of like a little bit spacey right now, and like lounging back in, let's say, the beanbag, and just kind of looking around the room. I'd like to see if I can spot anything out of place with like a spot hidden roll. Or if like perception is a thing in Call of Cthulhu, you know, that kind of deal.
Yeah, so perception, perception is spot hidden for like things that are there. Psychology is like on people, like perception on people. There might be one more, but yeah, spot hidden.
Yeah, I kind of just want to see if there's anything out of place, you know, like a nefarious looking door, for example.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good roll. I rolled whatever it's called when you do the hardest one. I rolled a 6 and it's a 7.
You rolled a 6. What was your?
A 6. 35, 17, and 7.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah,
So
extreme success. Yeah, nice one. Okay, yeah.
Extreme, that's the word.
Yes. Extreme. You take a moment while that beautiful poem was being read out to scan the room. And you get a pretty good view of, like, you see the other group in the other corner. They're talking through with their group leader. You see Guru Sage standing in the corner, just watching over everything. And this is quite a sparse room. You've just got this table in the middle. You've got these 2 doors. But what you do notice is there's a bit of a breeze that blows in through the open windows. And this tapestry that's at the back of the room is kind of fluttering slowly. And you see this kind of slightly larger gust come up. And as it just flutters up, you see what is clearly the bottom of a 3rd door right in the middle of the back of the room. But it's being covered by this large tapestry. But it's pretty unmistakable as a 3rd door right in the middle.
Amazing. Malcolm, I'm feeling a little I don't know, a little like, you know, kind of glued in my seat a little bit. Would it be okay just to walk around the room, kind of shake it off?
Yeah. I mean, we'd love to hear your story, but just go with it. Whatever the vibes you feel like. As long as you stay in the room, we want to make sure you guys do these activities. They're super important. Maybe go just hang out. does someone else want to go first? If you need to walk, sometimes this can be pretty overwhelming, you know. Yeah, sure thing. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, that's cool. We'll keep an eye on you. Who wants to go next? Anyway, we need to. I want to hear some more stories.
I would love to, Malcolm, read what I've written, and this is what I've written. I've written a letter to myself and to Malcolm. The letter I've written to myself says, "You are smarter than everyone that you've ever met." And I'm so happy that you finally have realized that at this retreat. And then my letter to Malcolm. Malcolm, will I embarrass you if I read this out?
Hey, it's all good. You can't embarrass me.
Okay, you said it. Dear Malcolm, when you, dear Malcolm, when you ate my mango, I knew that you were a great spiritual guide on my journey to love myself and my intelligence. And I would love to share more mango with you when we have our lunch break later, just you and me. Hashtag Heartland Hill vibes. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. That is beautiful. That is the second most beautiful thing I've heard today. That is incredible. Thank you so much. I feel like I feel like you guys are like, we bonded so quickly, you know? You guys are so cool and open and like willing to like integrate. Just thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. This is going to be such a good day. We've got so much more planned. Let's keep going. Who's next? Let's keep this vibe going, you know?
I can go.
Yeah, Russell, please. Yeah.
So I wrote about my mentor, Dr. Sims, and I'll read what I've written. Dr. Sims, I want to thank you for taking me under your wing when I came from Cambodia over to the UK 35 years ago. You looked after me. You taught me the ways of the world. And you were a very good mentor, tutor, and friend as well. I'll never forget our Sunday nights watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, together. Which is when I knew I was on the right path. But for you, Dr. Sims, you were my medicine man. And thank you very much.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know what Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman is like. I don't know. That might be before my time, but man, I could just feel the love, you know? Like, I don't even need to know what the fuck you're talking about, because I was just like, I could feel the love. So good. Thank you so much. Have we got Talia? No, wait, we've done Talia. Yeah, who's next?
I can read mine again, Malcolm.
Oh, I would love to. Can you read it to me again, like during the lunch break? I would love to have a private reading. That sounds amazing. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Kiana, have you got one? And Kiana, who is still there, hasn't been saying much. She's like, yeah. I wrote about my wife. I don't know. I guess I didn't write as in deep as some of you guys. I just wrote about how much I love her, and I kind of wish I knew like the old her again. That's kind of why I'm here, to like discover myself and like discover her again. It's it's been rocky with us for the last few weeks. I just kind of wrote about that, and she kind of shrugs and seems like a little bit embarrassed and is a bit like, okay, and yeah, she kind of she looks at the next person and is a bit like, can we move on? Have I lost track? Have we got anyone left? Have you done yours, Nicola?
No, Nicola got up and started walking around the room.
Oh yes, okay.
She hasn't heard any of this.
Okay. Malcolm's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you don't need to write loads. It's just from the heart. Nicola, do you want to read out yours now? Rejoin the group. You've missed some amazing stories. I'm sure that they'll share them again later. I'd love to hear yours before we have to finish for lunch.
Nicola's kind of, so she's standing at the tapestry. She's not trying to move it or anything, but she's just looking at whatever the design is on this tapestry and doesn't respond.
Okay. Hey, Nicola, Sage, can we? Okay, well, no, we'll leave that for now. That's fine.
Malcolm's gone yet, Malcolm?
Yeah, James, please, go ahead. And he says that to you, and he's kind of looking over what's happening. He's looking a little bit distracted, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, please."
I just wrote about my brother, who he was. I didn't have a great time of it growing up, and he was always there for me and kind of ferried me through it. And now we're in adulthood. We're a lot closer, which is nice. And yeah, I see him as a guiding light.
That's so nice.
That's what I wrote.
Siblings are such a powerful relationship. That's amazing. Nicola, as you're standing there, you see Guru Sage actually comes over to you, and she puts her arms gently on your shoulders, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing? Are you okay? Are you feeling good? Feeling the vibes? Do you want to come back to your group?" And yeah, we're nearly finished
you must
in
be
here.
Guru Sage. This is such a beautiful piece of artwork, and this material. What is this? And she kind of reaches out to touch the tapestry.
She kind of, oh no, it's just I think it's silk, maybe like Tibetan or something. I don't really know. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. It's made by custom made for us. Yeah, do you want to come and like sit back down? Are you feeling okay? Like we need to just make sure. We want to make sure you guys are getting involved in the activities. Otherwise, you're not going to get the most out of this. Yeah, come sit back down. And she kind of slightly, no, not forcefully, slightly kind of tries to nudge you back the right way.
Okay. I don't think Nicola puts up any resistance. She just comes and I sit back down with the group.
Nice. And she says, "Hey, Nicola's ready to share a story now. I think. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Nicola. Yeah. If you're feeling all right, you can share your story. And we've got a couple of minutes left, and then it'll be lunchtime. So yeah, that's great. That's just great."
She immediately kind of looks really nervous and says, I'm not very excuse me, I'm not very confident with public speaking. Would you mind? And she kind of leans across to Malcolm and hands him the sheet of paper, and it's all written in Mandarin.
Oh yeah, cool, man, cool. Yeah, this I don't know if I can read this, but like it's fine. Like I can kind of feel like what you're going for, I guess, just by like the shapes and stuff. Like I kind of get it. Like, so who is this written about?
It's I wrote about my my mother as well. I'm not a poet or anything. My mother's name was Lindsay. We don't always get along, but I'm just trying to, I suppose, write down some affirmations. Is that the word? And she sort of looks up at Guru Sage.
Yeah, Sage is standing like in the
and-
corner. She just kind of like nods sagely.
Just kind of about how I think I think she loves me. I know she loves me. I'm sure.
You know what? Like I can just
That's all.
I can totally get this, man. This is Malcolm. You can tell their voices are very different, so I'm sure you knew that. Malcolm's, you know what? I can't even understand these like symbols, but like, you just get a vibe of something. I can just feel the vibes from this. I know it's about your mum, and I can feel the good stuff there, and I can like feel her in this as well, like how it's just like radiating back and forth. Like I appreciate that so much. It's like it's so cool to have like a different language involved, and I love that so much. I can feel like the love flowing off this page. Yeah, I thank you for sharing that. Thank you all. That was fantastic. You guys did brilliantly. Just absolutely fantastic first activity, and I think we're nearly at lunchtime. Let's wrap up here. If anyone's got anything else to say, to share, then that's cool. But I think in a minute we're going to get some lunch going on.
Could I try and do a psychology check on Guru Sage?
Yes, you can.
Was it psychology or psychoanalysis you said for people? Because I don't have anything for psychoanalysis. But
Yeah, psychology.
I have numbers for
Psychoanalysis
psychology.
is like the professional practice of it, of like being a
Gotcha.
a practicing doctor of psychology. But psychology is just like figuring people out.
Never mind. I rolled a 77 against 42.
Yeah, she seems, as she appears, she seems powerful, confident, a leader of this group, and she seems happy, and she's enjoying leading this group of people and having a nice time. I think at that point, some of the assistants bring out some food, and Guru Sage speaks up, and she says, thank you all for sharing. I overheard some of it. You guys have done fantastically. I think this is one of the best groups we've had on these, and I'm just so privileged to share it all with you. I'm so happy you're all here. We have some food now. Please help yourself. There's some food and some water. It's just on the same table here. It's vegan pizza, obviously, and just enjoy as much as you can.